Yeah. There you go.
That floor is cute to sit to.
Good afternoon, graduates of the class of 2021. My name is Wayne Edwards, professor and chair of American Studies, Media and Communications. Having recently returned to Old Westbury's faculty ranks after serving in several administrative posts, I thank our president, Dr. Timothy Sams, our provost, Dr. Duncan Qualis, and Ms. Danielle Groener, chair of our commencement committee, for asking me to do the honors of greeting you today. It's a privilege that I do not take lightly. That said, once again, welcome, graduates of the class of 2020. As I prepared my notes, I almost said welcome students, but after Sunday's beautiful commencement ceremony, you are no longer students. You are now officially alumni of the college. So give yourselves a well-earned round of applause. I also extend greetings to faculty, staff, administrators, members of the College Council, the College Foundation, and friends of the college who are with us today, either in person or virtually. And last but not least, of course, I extend greetings to your families, your friends, and other loved ones who have supported you throughout your impressive academic journey. Please make some noise to show them your love and appreciation. And so I know it's getting kind of later in the day. I understand you may be coming from work, maybe you've had a full day doing other things, but see, I'm from the Bronx. So when I say make some noise, I mean make some noise, please, make some noise. All right. Now you sound ready. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce someone who is not only a dear friend and colleague, but more importantly, someone who holds a special place in the Old Westbury family. Laura Anker is a distinguished service professor of American Studies and director of the First Year Experience and Community Action Learning and Leadership programs. The CALL program has earned Old Westbury a place on the President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll from its inception in 2007 until the program was disbanded in 2016. Dr. Anker is co-editor of the Ethics of Engagement, Educating Leaders for a Just World, co-author of Women of Courage, a study of Jewish and Italian immigrants in New York, and has published peer-reviewed articles and presented papers at national and international conferences on the importance of civic engagement and community learning for retention, intercultural understanding, social activism, and effective global citizenship. Dr. Anker is an esteemed academician, but also a community leader and frequent speaker on issues of education and immigration. Dr. Anker was elected to the East Hampton Union Free School District for 7 terms. That's 21 years. And served both as its president and vice president, as well as serving on the executive committee of the East Hampton Group for Good Government. In 2018, Laura Anker was honored by the Old Westbury College Foundation with the Leadership Award. And in 2019, was awarded the Outstanding Experiential Educator for Higher Education by the National Society for Experiential Education. So you get the idea. I could go on and on and on praising Dr. Anker with accolades and accolades and more accolades. Ladies and gentlemen, please give your warmest welcome to Dr. Laura Anker.
Thank you, and I want to join in giving thanks to Danielle Groener, Wayne Edwards, Dr. Sams, Dr. Robinson, and all the other Dr. Corliss administrators, Dr. Friskin, just all the people, faculty and administrators, and all the staff who have made this possible. But most important, congratulations to the class of 2021, the largest graduating class in Old Westbury's history. Give yourselves a round of applause. While we were able to honor you virtually in Sunday's grand formal graduation with all its pomp and circumstance, we're also so happy to be able to be here with you in these more personal celebrations on the Old Westbury campus, the beautiful Old Westbury campus. And I don't think it started to rain yet. So it's been a gorgeous sunny day. And I hope you all share. Let's just be happy together. Clap one more time to be here. I am so happy to be here with you in person. And although health precautions imposed by COVID-19 prevented your parents, extended families, and significant others from being in this room with us today, we're live streaming these festivities, and you'll be able to take pictures with them outside. I'm sure faculty, all of us will join you if you would like to memorialize this awesome event. I know that as your greatest cheerleaders, your parents join us in applauding your achievements, academic, personal, and civic, the ways you have grown, and the obstacles you've overcome to graduate from Old Westbury. Without their love and support, you would not be college graduates. Please join me in applauding them. And I was thinking that since we have some parents graduating today, maybe what we should do is applaud their children who gave them the freedom finally to go back to college. So we can applaud them as well. Born out of the struggles for civil rights and economic, racial, and gender equality in the 1960s, Old Westbury is a young college with a long tradition of commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, educational empowerment, active learning, community engagement, and leadership for change. From its inception, Old Westbury was committed to providing an elite, liberal arts, interdisciplinary education in a democratic context, to educating those who had been traditionally bypassed by American higher education. Women, students of color, immigrants, working class young people, and older adults. By graduating, you demonstrate that you have, in the words of Adrienne Rich, claimed this very special education. Although we often talk about education as a gift, Adrienne Rich reminds us that learning is never passively received. It requires active engagement and the courage to challenge preconceived ideas and boundaries. So many of you represent the first generation in your families to graduate from college. Most of you have worked often too many hours while finding time to study to help support yourselves and contribute to your families. Your graduation itself challenges the widening economic and racial divide in American society. By being here today and in your contributions to your families and your communities, you personify Mahatma Gandhi's often quoted phrase, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." I know that the faculty, administrators, and staff gathered here today share my respect, admiration, and truly awe at the enormity of your accomplishments. Graduating from college is an enormous accomplishment in normal times, but you have persevered under the most challenging of circumstances, a worldwide pandemic that has ravaged our nation and the globe, forcing you to complete the last year and a half of your college education remotely. Despite the difficulties of a transition to virtual learning, you have excelled academically and contributed as tutors, teaching assistants, college and community ambassadors, poll watchers, essential workers, and so much more. You're leaving us to continue your education in graduate programs and professional schools, or to begin your careers serving our society as teachers, doctors, lawyers, public servants, scientists, artists, writers, journalists, entrepreneurs, counselors, social workers, elected representatives, nonprofit fundraisers, translators, and advocates for public health. And I applaud, we need you advocates for public health who speak truth to power, knowing that education is the essential foundation of a democratic society and engaged global citizenship. As college graduates, you will enjoy more rewarding careers and earn at least $1 million more over your lifetime than those whose highest degree is a high school diploma. But your old Westbury liberal arts education will continue to enrich your lives in so many more important ways than money, making you happier and transforming your careers, friendships, ideas, values, communities, the person you are and whom you will become. I can testify that learning from the differences and similarities in your voices and stories, inside and outside the classroom, has shaped my life and who I am as a teacher, historian, community activist, friend, spouse, mother, and grandparent. I was reminded as I came here today and started talking to you, and some of you were in my first year seminar class, and the lessons that you taught me, I think about when I watch the news, when I think about the horrible things happening in the world, children being bombed. I think about the lessons that you all have taught me and how much you have changed me. You're graduating from college at a particularly difficult time for our nation during a global pandemic which has taken so many lives, accentuated the problems of racism and inequality that have plagued our country from its inception and continue to undermine our democracy and our humanity. But you, the old Westbury graduating class of 2021, make this also a time of great hope and optimism for a better future. The unique diversity of Old Westbury has enriched your classrooms and challenged all of you to listen more fully, reflect more deeply, think more critically, decide more ethically, care more intensely, love more broadly, and act more courageously and compassionately in everything you do. It has taught you, in the words of Martin Luther King, that an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. As Old Westbury graduates, you know that the greatest measure of success is the contributions you make to the community. And I know that's why you're entering the service professions that you're going to be in. And I applaud you, and our society needs you so badly. You have learned from the different experience and perspectives of your classmates and faculty to speak out and act against racism, sexism, inequality, and cruelty. To, quote, break that silence and bridge some of those differences between us, as Audre Lorde reminds us. For it is not difference which immobilizes, but silence. To a divided nation and world, torn apart by racism, hate, inequality, and the decimation of the environment, you bring the ideals and values expressed in Old Westbury's historic social justice mission. Access and equity, inclusivity, critical thinking, empathy, creativity, intercultural understanding, lifelong learning, and civic activism, a commitment to building a more just and sustainable world. As graduates, you've become part of Old Westbury's history, but you also join the family of global alumni, 31,000 people strong, who will continue to shape the college's future. We look forward to staying in touch and connected as you embark on your future journeys, and hope that you will channel the magic of Old Westbury to the problems of your communities, our nation, and the world, today and in the future. Thank you. And I applaud you. And congratulations. And now it is my great honor to introduce our new president, Dr. Timothy E. Sams. Dr. Sams began his tenure as the 6th president of Old Westbury in January 2021 amid the COVID-19 pandemic, protest, political unrest, and the college's pivot to virtual learning. And I'm going to say that it took courage for him to be here, just so that Dr. Sams can tell you that it didn't take courage, that we share the same values, Old Westbury and Dr. Sams. Dr. Sams brought with him 3 decades of experience in improving academic success and college completion, particularly for students from underrepresented and marginalized communities. In the 4 short months since his arrival, Dr. Sams' commitment to Old Westbury students and its mission has won him the admiration, respect, affection, and love of the entire Old Westbury community. His leadership promises to advance Old Westbury's impact on the local and global community and our standing as one of the most diverse colleges in the nation, with a commitment to educational excellence, access and equity, and once again, to building a more just and sustainable world. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sams.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to ask you to do a round of thanks for a moment, because a lot of people poured into this moment to make this moment happen. The first round of thanks, I'm going to ask you to turn to Dr. Anker and thank her for her wonderful words. Next, I'm going to ask you to thank Dr. Edwards for his wonderful MC job. Next, sitting to his right is the illustrious Miss Danielle Groener, who's responsible not only for this session, the other 13 sessions, as well as Sundays, wonderful commencement. She's done a great job, and we really appreciate it. So please give her a round. And we do know it wasn't just her. There's a whole team who she worked with. Likewise, there are a whole lot of people, some who are outside, some who've been working the past 2 weeks, some who are standing over there managing the Zoom, some who recognized you and received you when you walked in, some who made sure the room was disinfected before you came in. A whole lot of people did a lot of work to get you to this point, because there's nothing more important to them than this moment. They, in their mind, have worked over years to see you get to this moment, and they were going to, by George, make sure that it concluded correctly. So I want you to give everyone who made this moment possible, from the ushers to SGA who made the swag bag and everyone in between, a round of applause, please. Dr. Anker said that I was courageous in coming here. She really set it up so I can tell you that it didn't take courage. It didn't take courage, in the same way that it won't take courage once you launch into your beautiful, impactful careers. You see, I remember somebody told me, Tim, you're a person who finds peace in struggle. That I find peace in struggle. I didn't understand it when they said it. I realized I found restlessness in injustice. And that when I struggled for justice, that's when I felt at most peace. That's the life you are going to lead. That's what you set out to do when you chose your chosen profession. You said that I am by profession going to change people's lives. I'm going to make sure that they're healthier. I'm going to make sure that they live longer. I'm going to make sure that they have food. I'm going to make sure that people have an opportunity to live a full, robust life. That's not courage. That's conviction. That's not courage. That's audacity. That's not courage. That's doing what's right, and that's what you've chosen to do. So we're not courageous. We're probably crazy enough to believe that there can be a little bit more peace in this world. A little bit more food, right? Yeah. So we can be courageous together, okay, in her term. But that's not what I got up here to say. I got up here to read these papers. So I will read it and I'll sit down so that you can have your moment. On Sunday, virtually, we recognized approximately 1,400 undergrads and graduates who completed their studies here at Old Westbury. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we had to conduct this ceremony virtually. But in my opinion, we did a great job and a great service to you graduates, because nothing's more important to us than you. Yet today we continue to honor you graduates with this recognition ceremony that is designed to allow you to have an in-person opportunity, most especially with your faculty, with your professors. My job is very simple, and that is to welcome you, but I also want to share with you, in addition to everyone enthusiastically being here, to say congratulations and to express our pride and how proud we are of you. We also took this opportunity to wear our regalia, because that too is important to us. So I just want you to recognize that we look pretty good in our regalia. Look at this, right? And in a few years, we want many of you to have the same regalia with the stripes, doing the same thing. We really do expect that of you. That is the hallmark of outstanding liberal arts education. You are the folks who lead a life of learning. So don't feel badly about the fact that you want an extra degree. You should. Or an extra couple of degrees. You should. Don't worry about the bills. The bills will always be there in life. Right? We all got bills. Don't worry about that. But make sure you maximize your potential. Make sure you do everything you can such that when you get in the field to help other people out, you are the leanest, meanest, best social justice worker that was ever created. And if that means going to get your master's, getting your PhD, or a couple of PhDs, good luck. But anyway, a couple of PhDs, you do that. That is okay. But seriously, we owe you gratitude, you graduates, an even greater note of gratitude for allowing us to be part of your learning, your growth, and your development over the past 2, 4, 5, 6 years, however long it took you. And again, we do thank, for those of you who have kids, we thank them for allowing you to do this work. But don't forget what Dr. Anker said. You have taught us more than you can ever imagine, and we appreciate you for that. So by way of formally welcoming you, I'll tell you that when in Ghana, West Africa, you return home, and let's remember, you've just returned home to Old Westbury. You've left us a year and a half ago. When you return home in Ghana, West Africa, they sit you in the living room, the family assembles, and they bring you a cold drink, most often a Fanta. There you go. Okay. Most often a Fanta. And if you haven't had Fanta, first of all, talk to Dr. Livingston first before you get it and drink it, okay? She'll tell you how good it is. No. And they ask you one simple question in that moment that they expect you to go on and on and on until you have thoroughly answered the question. That question is very simple. What have you done since the last time we saw one another? What have you done since the last time we saw one another? So for us, it feels appropriate because we haven't seen you in person for a year and a half. And in that year and a half, you quarantined. You worked. Some of you worked 40 plus hours. You took care of your family. Some of you even said bye for a final time to your loved ones. You took to the streets to organize against racial injustice, all while maintaining your focus on your goal of graduating and finishing this spring of 2021. In spite of all of that, you maintain that focus. So it's fair to say that you have been focused, you stayed rigorous, and you stayed committed to your future in the time since we last met. And because of that, today we are immensely proud of you. We honor you. We honor you. And we welcome you to your recognition ceremony. Congratulations. You really deserve all the best that the world has to offer you. Congratulations. While we celebrate today the achievements of all the graduates who are with us, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize 2 participants today who have truly excelled. The first is a young woman who I was able to meet in person on Monday. Actually, we met before that, didn't we? Yeah, but they don't have to know all that. She attended one of these ceremonies earlier this week to represent our graduation from our biological sciences program. However, since she completed a double major here at Old Westbury, it is only fitting to celebrate her here also with her friends from the Health and Society degree program. Would Ms. Yara Abdel Salam, the winner of the 2021 Suny Old Westbury President's Medal for Scholarship, please come forward so they can see you. Hello again. I don't have another medal to present you with, but I want all who are here today to know that you have earned the highest honor a student at Old Westbury can receive. And thank you for letting us see you one more time. I will not go into the full description I gave on Monday when I presented you with the honor, But I want all to know that in nominating Yara, her professors described a strong student who exhibited commitment not only to her success, but to helping others succeed while also delving into critical community issues related to health disparity and inequities. It's that combination of academic excellence and service to others that make her a very special student and well deserving of the President's Medal. Would you please congratulate one more time Ms. Yara Abdel Salam, winner of the 2021 Suny Westbury President's Medal for Scholarship. She promised to give me a tour in her hometown, Alexandria, in Egypt. So I'm gonna hold you to it. There's one other student I would like to highlight. I understand how challenging it has been for all of our graduates to see their studies through. You read, you wrote, you studied, you got Zoom fatigue, you managed through group projects, you conducted research, you weathered exams, and you waited, sometimes waited again on grades. Like you all, Samantha Pontowick, did I get that right? I want to make sure. I got it right? Yes. Samantha Pontowick did all of that. She also completed her Bachelor of Arts in Spanish language, Hispanic literature, and culture with a 4.0 GPA. Samantha, would you please come forward so I can give you a small gift to mark your achievement? And they can all see this brilliant woman who you went to school with. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I now ask Dr. Edwards to return to the podium.
As we move toward the conclusion of this evening's ceremony, I think it's fitting that we give a round of applause to Dr. Sams and Dr. Anker for their words of encouragement and wisdom. So before we conclude, I want to speak with you about maybe us making a deal. Actually, two deals. It's a two-part deal. So the first part of the deal is I was growing up, my mother often told her children, my older brother, my younger sister, and myself, that if you're fortunate enough, actually the word she used was blessed, if you're blessed enough to achieve any level of success in life, to always acknowledge and recognize and understand that somewhere along the way, someone, or more likely many someones, reached out a hand and helped you, right? We don't achieve by ourselves. We all have help. So the first part of the deal that I hope you're willing to make as proud graduates of this wonderful institution as you go out into the world and you represent SUNY Old Westbury is whatever path your careers take, however you get to where you want to go, I guarantee you there will be opportunities along the way to reach out and help others. And as SUNY Old Westbury alum from a college with a mission of social justice, can I ask you if you will be agreeable to, when those moments come, when the opportunity arises, that you will reach out and help someone else just as others have helped you to get to this point today? Can I get that agreement from you? Because I'm going to be a bit like my mom. If I was channeling my mother, she would say, "Those claps are nice, but I need to hear your voice." So can we get a yes? Yes. Thank you. So that was the first part of the deal. There's more. Second part of the deal. So again, you're alumni now. You're no longer students, you're alumni. You're going out into the world. And one thing you may or may not know is that no college, no university survives, much less thrives, without a strong alumni base. And you are now part of that 31,000 strong family that Dr. Anker referred to. 31,000 Old Westbury alums. You're now part of that family. And these alums are all over the world, globally, doing magnificent work. So part of reaching back, part of extending that hand is staying connected with your college, staying connected with Old Westbury, helping Old Westbury to help students coming behind you. So I know some of you are probably sitting there saying, wait a minute, is he about to hit us up for some money? Right? What's he talking about? Support, right? So here's the two-part answer to the question. Yes, I am about to hit you up for some money, but the good news is no, not today. All right, we need you to get on track. We need you to get your career going. You will hear from our Department of Alumni Affairs. Penny Chin, who's here somewhere, I don't know if she's in the room at the moment, will contact you. Okay, and what our hope is that, yes, that when you're able, that you will help financially, give back to the college, do what you can when you can, right? And here's the reason why, because your financial support provides scholarships, and I'm sure that some of you in this room right now have benefited from scholarships along the way, provide funding for faculty research, provides funding for programs and activities for students so we have a more robust campus life. And in the case of fundraising campaigns, like our recent Student Emergency Fund campaign that raised over $100,000 to provide pandemic-related relief for students in need, this is alumni-driven. So I'm not asking you to do something that we don't ask other alumni to do. I'm just asking you to remember to reach back and help out. But there's another way you can show your support too. You might get a call or an email, some sort of communication asking you to participate in a program. Maybe we have a program coming up, an event coming up, and we're asking you to come back to campus and speak to students. Speak to students who are trying to get to where you are right now. Students who can benefit from your wisdom, from your experience. Okay? So that's the part two. Can we count on you to stay in touch with the college, assist however you can, whether that's financially, whether that's coming back and speaking or whatever the case may be? Can we ask you if you'd be willing to do that? Okay. Okay, you know, I know the time is moving on and it might be raining, I don't know, but can we get a stronger yes, just a yes? Thank you. Okay. So here's how our ceremony concludes today. Graduates will move row by row with the help of volunteer ushers starting from the back of the room up to the podium. As you're approaching the podium, you'll note on the side is our Zoom screen. If there are any of your professors there, they would love to say hello and get a wave from you and a hello. They can hear you, so you can speak to them if they're there. As you approach the podium, remember to keep socially distant. Hand your yellow name card to Danielle. And when your name is read, cross the stage and stop for a photo with Dr. Sams. And the two cameras right there, you can wave to your family and friends. They'll see you. After being greeted by faculty as you pass after your photo with Dr. Sams, please return to your seats for one last Old Westbury formality. After which you can take pictures. We have stations where you can take pictures. If it's not raining outside, we have stations outside. Are they still out there? They're out there. Hopefully the wind hasn't blown them down or anything. They're out there. Okay? So feel free to take pictures with family, friends, faculty, any of us. We'd be delighted to take pictures with you. So on that note, Dr. Sams, can I ask that you please take your position at the center of the stage? And I would like to invite Health and Society Chair, Dr. Martha Livingston, to the podium to read the names of our graduates.
Olumide Owosani. Amanda Monteleone. Karina Martinez Flores, Spanish language, Hispanic literature and culture. Lauren Jarrett. Corey Wright. Brianna Campbell. Yara Abdel Salam, magna cum laude, President's Medal recipient. Michael Singletary. Jeffries Gervais. Terrence La Rochelle. See, I know my students. Right. Chibundu Angus Chukwueze. Isham Rojas. Sandra Figueroa, Spanish language, Hispanic literature, and culture. Crystal Hernandez, Spanish language, Hispanic literature, and culture. Stephanie Campos. Marjorie Joseph. Woo-hoo. Marie Toussaint. Amir Gomez. Janaea Yelverton. Michael Rodriguez. Sarah El Bayali. I can't help it. Come on. Linda Whirling. Stephanie Ati. Ishan Singh. Gabriela Centurion. Samantha Pantowich, summa cum laude. Bovell Carruthers. Amalia Trigueros. Last but not least, Shanice Johnson.
that everyone? That's everyone? Okay. I noticed some folks didn't get their swag bag. Make sure you get it before you leave, okay? Couple of more formalities. I want to ask you graduates to turn toward your professors and tell them thanks for the years of wisdom and knowledge they've poured into you with a rousing round of applause. Next, I want to ask all faculty and staff to turn toward our graduates and give them an even louder, more rousing round of applause. Congratulations. That's right, that's right. We are incredibly proud of you. One final thing. Take your tassel and move it to the right side of your mortarboard, please. The other right, yes, your other right. On the count of 3, you're going to move your tassel from your right side to your left side. This is that moment we were unable to do on Sunday, and because you're here, you are able to. 1, 2, 3. You have officially graduated 2 times from Suny Old Westbury. Congratulations. Our ceremony is complete. You can go say hello and take your pictures with your family, your professors, but we are so proud of you. Good luck and congratulations again.